Okay. Good morning and welcome to the Media Speaks Live, a Sunday morning news show. I'm D Lake for Prez, as you can see right there in that picture of me. I'm not live this week, but we'll be live next week with D Lake on the camera. I'm also joined this morning by Anne Marie. Anne Marie, how are you doing?
Hi, good. I'm doing good. How are you doing?
Oh, great. Excellent. All right. I think it's going to be a great show up. We are also joined by Sam I.B. Angie. Sam, are you there with breaking news? Sam.
We are here in downtown Canton. The footage that you're looking at was streamed up less than 1 hour ago. Right there is the protest. The breaking news, it is the protest against Donald Trump's travel ban. And as you can see, there is nobody here. As you can see, there is empty barricades in downtown Canton. There aren't even police officers. Now, this is 1 hour after the event was supposed to have started. I saw four people.
You're in the right place, right? You're in the right place, Sam. It looks like it was set up for something with those.
You can see the barriers. You can see where they had downtown Canton sectioned off. This is what happens when George Soros doesn't fund an event. This is what happened when the left tries to put together an event by themselves. There is no grassroots support for it whatsoever. I saw four people walking home, and I asked them if they would be in the video and what happened to the protest. They wouldn't be in the video because they heard that I said that I was pro-Trump, so they refused to even talk to me, but said that there were only about 22 people there, and they were all empty in the middle of the square, and they just left.
Without that Soros funding, it just hasn't come together very well. But obviously, what's going on with the travel ban is that a judge from Washington, a judge said that we got to put a halt to it. And right now, the Trump administration is trying to reinstate it. The immigration orders, they unravel. Trump, my ban will stand, he says, and the judge used a broad power, and there's going to be a courtroom showdown, and the airlines resume the flights, and visa holders rush to board the plane. Like, it could be over again tomorrow. It could be like, oh, you got in on that one day. Homeland not flagging. State Department reverses. Anne-Marie, what are your thoughts about this? This top news of the travel ban and
well, Trump is
Muslim ban. We talked about it last week. That part of it.
It is a Muslim ban. I mean, it is because Trump is learning the hard way that there's limits to his executive power. It was actually put on hold by a Republican judge. This is actually a Republican judge in Washington State. And Trump promised that the order by this, as he's put it, so-called judge would be quickly overturned. And that is totally wrong. The Court of Appeals refused to set aside the judge's order. And this was a Muslim ban. It was a ban on Muslims. It applied to 7 Muslim nations that were predominantly Muslim nations. And he has no business interests in these 7 nations. But there's an exception for Christians from those nations. You could call it what you want, but I mean, I would call it a Muslim ban. And even Rudy Giuliani did an interview, and he said that Trump asked him to draft an order to ban Muslims from entering the country and make it legal. That's according to Rudy Giuliani. So
Rudy Giuliani and Newt Gingrich, and now those guys are just talking head pundits about these things. And so is Mitt Romney. And Mitt Romney says he has no regrets about criticizing Trump, but it's time to start recognizing his strong start. So Mitt Romney thinks he had a strong start. I mean,
well, this ban is really dumb. I mean, even a former prime minister
what's really dumb about it?
A former prime minister of Norway was detained for an hour at Dulles Airport because while in 2014, while he was actually a prime minister, he attended an international conference in Iran, and it was a conference on human rights, and he came to the U.S. to attend a prayer breakfast. And I mean, officials try to blame this detention on Obama, but he came to the U.S. last year with no problem. So they saw that he, went to Iran on his passport, and they stopped him even. So I mean, this is getting a little out of hand. This is ridiculous, and it really makes
it's called extreme. It's called extreme vetting. I don't think it's very ridiculous. Sam, what are your thoughts? Sammy, are you there?
Yes, I'm getting my. I definitely don't think it's a Muslim ban for one reason. 81% of the Muslim world in the Middle East is free to come and go. Every single one of them. There are 44 other Muslim nations, and they are listed as Muslim nations in their charter. There are 44 other Muslim nations.
And what are we listed as? What's America listed as? A Christian nation or what? Secular?
Officially secular, but most people would say Christian. Although I would say probably post-Christian at this point. But
I mean, Ambery, if the news repeatedly says these are Muslim majority countries, I mean, what does that make America? What are we?
They list themselves as Muslim countries is what I mean. There's 44 that are allowed to come with no scrutiny at all. Out of the 7 nations that are on Trump's ban list, 5 of them are nations that Obama attacked. He has used extreme vetting on many of them, though the only thing Trump changed was barring them, mind you, for only 120 days until he could.
You're restating the fact that the ban itself was temporary, except in the case of
it involves
Syria, where it was indefinite.
It involves 5 of the nations that Obama already had on, and to be fair, Iran was questionable when Bush was in office, and even Bill Clinton had talked about putting limits on how many people can come here from Iran.
Well, didn't Jimmy Carter
Trump changed 2 things. He added 2 nations. He changed 2 changes. He added 2 countries, and he made it for 120 days. I'm sure there's nothing wrong with getting our act together and getting our vetting together by waiting 120 days.
And I mean, the intention of those 120 days is to bolster our screening and our vetting and making sure that the people that are coming here, that it's not going to be the Trojan horse that he talked about so many times. In other words, where ISIS...
There's people who apply for these vetting jobs. You have to have a freaking master's or something to even be considered by the higher up. Then they have the whole thing out. He's hiring people to get it right, but no, it can't be a Muslim ban if 44 Muslim countries are free to come and go as they please. That's like saying if you bar Texas from coming into your country, then you are against all of America. That doesn't make any sense.
That was kind of a weird analogy, Sam, but okay.
Well, because Texas has talked about leaving the Union is why I said that.
California even more so lately, but that's another topic.
There could be 3 states, as many as 3, at least 2. Jefferson. What do you think about Jefferson, California, Anne-Marie? I love the idea. Love it, love it, love it, love it, love it, love it in every way. It keeps the liberals happy. It keeps the conservative happy. And California won't ever leave the Union over it.
What's Jefferson, California? What are you talking about? We're gonna split into 2.
There's a couple ways they want to do this. Some people want to split California into 3 states. The most popular option is one called Jefferson, that would leave D-Lake down there with the liberals in the southern part of the state, but the northern part of the state that overwhelmingly voted for Trump would be its own state, because they're saying that everything that they're
and it would be called Jefferson. So it'll go California, Jefferson, Oregon, Washington, up the coast?
Yes. Look it up. Type in Jefferson, California. I just did a shameless plug. Incoming. I just did a whole piece on this at the Conservative Daily Post. So I had to write on this extensively.
Jefferson, California. Okay.
21
And,
counties.
This is part of a 3-state solution or a 2-state
Yeah,
solution?
two. That one is 2.
Okay. And so, Emery, we were looking for your thoughts on this.
Would you come fly to Jefferson, California? Oh no, the state of Jefferson. I'm sorry.
The state of Jefferson.
I've never been to California. I would love to go to California, any part of it, especially the northern part, like with the trees. I always wanted to see like the redwood forest, like the sequoia trees.
Oh yeah,
But-
you want to ride? You want to ride around on one of those Star Wars speeder?
Oh, that would be cool. That would be really cool. Oh, you know, Sam, I wanted
Bikes.
to tell you,
Well,
if Sam is there, that last week's show, we were talking about passports and immigration and everything. And I want to talk to Sam, and then I want to talk to you, D-Lake. And it's like, with Sam, I did look it up, and supposedly,
should I mute out?
No, you don't have to mute. Carnival Cruises does not require, they actually want you to have a passport, but they actually don't require people to have a passport. That's something new to me. I didn't know that. And I apologize to you, Sam. I'm sorry.
I apologize for taking mute out wrong.
Oh, that's okay.
It was kind of hostile. She was like, "Mute out!"
But
Well,
and I really,
what's funny
like,
is
I didn't know that.
for the next 10 years, no matter what we report on, the only thing anybody's ever going to remember is the one time that there was this huge fight between Ann and Sam. It will be the when you say Alex Jones, the only thing anybody ever remembers now is his meltdown with Pierce
The Young
Morgan.
Turks. Oh yeah,
The Young Turks too. Yes. Okay.
There's like five. His meltdown with ... There's like 6 answers. Look at this. This is a 6-state solution for California, Sam. Jefferson, North California, Silicon Valley gets its own state. Silicon Valley is its own state. Give me a break. Central California, West California, South California. Now, you were talking, the redwoods are like more up here, Anne-Marie. I live down here in San Diego by the Mexican border that we also talked about last week. Did you want to apologize to me for trying to discredit my story about going to Tijuana without a passport?
Oh no, because you really still need a passport to get back into this country when you take an airplane or a car, and you want vetting. The thing I wanted to talk to you about was, and I know I got personal with you, and I really do think that I do take things personally. I put myself in other people's shoes, and I feel like, yeah, but I feel like when you were saying, I got like really upset last week when you said, well, we'll welcome to America, like bring us your best and your brightest, like doctors and things like this. And I got really upset at that, and I didn't get a chance to really like voice why I was upset about it. But personally, my great grandma, and this is my great grandma who I actually know and met. Now she's passed on, but I used to go to her house when I was little. Then she went to a nursing home when she was really, really old. She lived till like 96, and I used to go to the nursing home and visit her once a week. And she came to this country as a child, and she didn't know English. She was not a doctor. She came from Italy. And her name, if you go to Ellis Island, I mean, we always talk, about the Wu-Tang Clan, is from like Staten Island, and you want to go visit Staten Island. Well, if you come visit Staten Island, I would take you on the ferry boat, and we would pass. Every time you take the Staten Island ferry, there's no bridge to like Manhattan, like straight. You know what I mean? Like you basically
Ellis
take
Island is where
people.
they used to test people for if they had tuberculosis and different diseases and stuff. And nowadays, I mean, if you leave the border wide open, you're inviting tuberculosis, you're inviting all kinds of disease. Like these people.
That's where the immigrants came in. Okay, listen, that's where the immigrants came in. And what I'm saying is, every single time I took the Staten Island ferry to Manhattan, because my dad worked in Manhattan, or anytime I went over to Manhattan, I took the Staten Island ferry, which is free now. You could see the Statue of Liberty. Now, just imagine what it was like being an immigrant coming from another country, going over, seeing the Statue of Liberty. Give us, you're tired, you're poor,
Your huddled masses.
These people are coming over for a better life, and they were not doctors. They were not. That's why I was really upset when you said that, because it sounds like what you were saying last week to me came across like bigotry. Like you're demeaning a group of people who are coming over here, and you're demeaning them. And that's why I said to you, like, you work at a sticker company. Like, who are you to judge? You're not a doctor. These people came over here, including my great grandmother, came over here for a better life. And you know what? They were discriminated against. They had to fight for everything they had. And she eventually became an American citizen. She had to learn English. It was very difficult. And you know what? She was Italian. She married my great grandfather, who was Italian, and my grandparents.
And it sounds like she did everything the right way, followed all the rules. I think what Sam and I were talking about more specifically was someone that like wades across the Rio Grande River on a raft with their like little kids, endangering their lives, being raped along the way, coming from South America on the Beast, the train, and then, you know, crossing illegally with coyotes and giving up their fortunes, and, you know, I mean, coming here without any documentation, and then in most cases stealing someone else's identity. And like, dude, there's things that need to be prevented, Anne-Marie. And the main thing that I think triggered both you and Nikki last week is when I said that people outside of the United States don't have a U.S. constitutional right just to come here because they feel like it, or, you know, that they want to come here for a better life. They do it the way that your grandma did it. Is all I
don't know what kind of paperwork she had to come over here. She came home with, listen, let me just say this. She came, I know this from personal stories and experience. She came over here with practically nothing. And just let me finish my story for a second, because also, like, my grandparents really took offense as Italian Americans to like shows like The Sopranos. And when I grew up, a lot of my friends and boyfriends, they loved, a lot of my friends and boyfriends loved that. They loved like those Godfather. And my
but it was offensive to your Italian immigrant family.
I'll tell you why. I'll tell you specifically why. My great grandfather became a barber at a barber shop, and he owned this barber shop, and he had 8 children. My grandmother was the eldest out of 8 children, and the mob came to him and said, "Give us money, or for protection," And he said, "I'm not paying you any money." And then the next day, they came and broke all the windows in his barber shop and scared the shit out of him. He had a heart attack and died. And my great grandmother was left with, a house and 8 children to raise. And everybody was, pretty, poor. They grew up pretty poor. And what I'm saying to you is that when you said that, that is a trigger for me. When I hear somebody talk about immigrants coming here.
They did it right. They didn't come over. They didn't climb a fence, say, "Here I am, feed me." They showed up at the door, the big, beautiful door. They don't do it that way anymore, because now we can't do it exactly that way, because now we know that keeping the huddled masses together makes the disease spread. We didn't know that back then. We still have to keep people in a section, locked away for a second, and vetted by whatever means necessary. She got vetted. She did it right. She showed up at the big, beautiful door.
No, she was poor. She didn't know English. She wasn't with her family, and she was alone.
Yeah, and she showed up at the big, beautiful door. Welcome in. That's what she did. We went to the big, beautiful door.
Yeah, but a lot of these people who came here, for a better life.
At the time, was Italy a state sponsor of terrorism?
No, but the point is that you don't have to be a doctor. You don't have to be a doctor to be let in. You want a better life.
I didn't say you had to be a doctor. I just said that those that might be an example of something that
you
want
to welcome them.
But yeah,
I want to welcome everyone.
What my grandmother did is what people like D-Lake and I are trying to get everyone to do.
Oh, you don't. Now, D-Lake specifically said, "Give us your best, your brightest. We welcome your best and your brightest." I mean, we could rewind to that show.
She owned a store. She learned a language. She wasn't an idiot by all means. She opened a store.
All right. I think we're. I think we're rewinding too much back to last week. Let's not spend so much time in the rearview mirror. Let's look forward. Let's talk about what's happening now in the news. The Ninth Circuit Court declines to quickly reinstate the travel ban. It's declining. Mike Pence has a long interview that I have to finish watching this morning with Chuck Todd on whatever, Meet the Press, or I hate Chuck Todd in his face. A federal appeals court early Sunday denied an initial bid by the Trump administration to restore its controversial immigration order that had barred refugees and people from 7 terrorist-prone countries from entering the United States. A judge in a lower federal court had put a temporary stop to the travel ban. Because the appeals court declined to intervene immediately, affected travelers can enter until at least Monday. So apparently, like, people in other countries are like, get me on the next plane, and they're coming here, and like, but basically what happened with the rescinding of the order in the meantime is things are just going back to the way they were like the day before the order came out, which still included, vetting and screening. And
right, so this was a waste. This was a complete waste by Trump. I mean, his executive order totally failed. And the appeals court didn't even hold it up. They didn't even hold it up. We just discussed this.
Yeah.
I mean, how is he vetting them more? I answered this. How is he vetting them more? What he did with his executive order? How did that help things? They didn't let in a former prime minister. There's a doctor. Nikki brought this up last show, and we didn't really discuss it. There's a doctor in Cleveland who is like not allowed into our country. I mean, this is really ridiculous. It's not. I don't see anyone answering the question of how this has helped. Or all it
does help. It does help, and there's going to be several case by case basis situations like what you're talking about. And correct me if I'm wrong. It's been relatively few.
There was a protest at JFK Airport. Think about how big this has been a failure. This has been a complete failure. You can't say that this was successful. He's not vetting them any better. You just said it yourself. He's going back to whatever they did before. Whatever he did was appealed.
I'm saying the judge's order makes it so we're going back to the way things were just before he signed the order.
I don't think either one of you. I think both of you are right or both of you are wrong. This is either in the process of failing, in which case Anne Marie is right, or Trump is not done with this yet, and he's going to win.
No, there's going to be a showdown.
But right now, there's a bump.
Shut down.
But Trump is going back because, again, unlike Obama, he is saying, all right, the judge does come before my federal my executive order unless I win this, which I think he's trying to do. Right now, I would say this could be in the process of failing, but has not failed.
It has.
Right,
I think it's a fact. It's a fact right now. There's limits to executive power. There's limits to it, and we just discussed this. The judge in Washington State did not go ahead
with that when Obamacare happened.
And then the Court of Appeals refused to set aside the judge's order. So it has failed. There are limits. That's why there are limits to the executive branch.
Did you think that when Obamacare was being raped into the masses?
Look, when we meet together next week, Anne-Marie, you're going to be really surprised because the order is going to be reinstated with probably some modifications. The Trump administration files appeal challenging Seattle judge's terrible and ridiculous halt on immigration ban that opens up our country to potential terrorists and others that do not have our best interests at heart.
And then the Court of Appeals has refused to set aside the judge's order. So it's failed. He tried to appeal it. The judge in Washington State, who's a Republican judge, said he does not, he didn't want to go through with it. So then
I'm trying to tell you that it's going to fail for like one day. Like it's going to be reinstated on tomorrow. Yeah, tomorrow.
No, he already appealed it, and the appeal was denied. He already tried to appeal it, and then the Court of Appeals refused to set aside the judge's order. It's
okay,
over.
So Sam had made a good point. We're either both right or we're both wrong, or everyone's right or everyone's wrong. We're gonna. Sam is basically trying to say we still got to see how this plays out. I think you're calling it a failure a little bit too early, is my opinion.
Well, when they appeal something and then the Court of Appeals is not on his side and says, no, I'm not appealing the judge's ruling, it's over.
We shall
That's the way the
see.
court system works.
We shall see.
It happened.
We shall see. I know that happened, but more stuff is still going to happen. And like, it's not over yet. This is not over by a long shot.
And let's not forget that immigrants came to this country doing these jobs, like not just doctors and this and that, but I mean, they built railroads. They were
they've also
discriminated
made
upon
videos
before.
that said that they are going to come and infiltrate the refugee crisis, use our laws against us, and use them to blow us up. They have said this explicitly.
And a lot of those people who did that were from Saudi Arabia, which is a country he does not want to. He's not vetting those people anymore. He's not denying those people from coming into our country.
Last Thursday, he has not rolled out putting Saudi Arabia on there, which pissed off a lot of people too.
That would have been the first place if he was really going to do that. That would have been the first place because they took out thousands of people in one shot. I mean, think about it. The World Trade Towers coming down. That would have been the first place he would have named. But he's got business interests over there.
Yeah, but you're missing that a lot of the people that took out the Trade Center Tower was also Somalia. So that
most of them were Saudi Arabia.
If you're in favor of Saudi Arabia, you would have to, at least in the order of being fair, be in favor of Somalia. There were just as many Somalis. So,
well, it's really weird that he wouldn't pick Saudi Arabia. We all agree on that. That is really strange.
He should have picked Saudi, and I still think he might. Well, now he's got to fight this like it is now, but I still think he might. I've been rooting for it. It's my least favorite thing he's done so far since in office.
Yeah, I don't know. You try to make it sound like Saudi Arabia not on the list was some kind of business decision. I don't think that's correct. But last night on SNL.
Well, then why didn't you put it on there? You're going to show an SNL clip?
It can still be on there.
Air.
Look, I'm not going to play it, and I'm not going to. I don't even have the sound set up. This is just one still image. Melissa McCarthy being Sean Spicer. Watch, just okay. Let's just keep talking. Pretend like it's not playing, but you can see it on my screen. She's talking about moose lambs. Okay, or he. I mean, she. That's Melissa McCarthy as Sean Spicer watches. Anyways, I watched this morning, and when I was scrolling on my screen share, there was a picture of Sean Spicer, and I was reminded about how funny this was. So I encourage everyone to go check it out because it's pretty damn hilarious. Have you watched any of the real Sean Spicer in his press conferences or anything like that, Emery? Emery, go ahead.
Well, yeah. I mean, we talked about him before. I mean,
yeah, Sean Spicy Spicer.
You call him Spicy Spicer.
Yeah. Dude, that's Melissa McCarthy. It's so funny. You know who that is, right? Melissa McCarthy.
I have no idea.
Yeah, that's Jenny McCarthy's cousin. That's Jenny McCarthy's cousin too.
Oh, I didn't know they were cousins.
Jenny McCarthy is an awesome person.
Okay. Also, in today's headlines, though, is the Super Bowl because today's Super Bowl Sunday.
Oh, now you've done it! I'm a huge Patriots fan. Now you've done it. I'm so hyped, dude. I'm thrilled.
Are you ready for it? Is it?
I want to say this, and I want people's opinion on this, Anne Marie and D, but especially listeners, those who say you shouldn't go ahead and watch football. Let me tell you what. For 5.5 years, this isn't to D Lake or Anne Marie.
What's wrong with watching football?
Thank you. This isn't to you two. This is to some of the people that I've been watching on the media saying, oh, yeah, you care about football. You bunch of brain dead zombies. I hope you all die at the Super. Let me tell you what. People like D Lake and I, we've been doing this free for 5.5 years. Anne Marie's been doing this free for about a year or so. I managed to make my full-time job a job in journalism. So I do what I'm doing now 5 days a week, sometimes 6, typing articles. I have hundreds of articles written since January for the Conservative Daily Post. Going to watch a man kick a football is the kind of break from everything that matters that you need so that you don't go out and kick someone's head like a football by the time you're done.
Now, Sam, do you watch football religiously every week and put the war paint on
No,
your
I
face?
don't have cable. I don't have cable. I never get to watch.
Okay, but when the Super Bowl comes on, you're like a Christian that only goes to church on Christmas. Is that
No,
what you're telling me?
I tried to go to a Patriots. I tried to go to a Patriots game when they played the Brownies, which happened for the first time since 2010. The car broke down, and my wife ended up at a place called Jersey's. It was good. And then I went.
Oh, but you do try to maybe get to a one game in a season if you can afford tickets.
If the Patriots are coming to Cleveland, I do. And
oh yeah, you know. Okay. No. I hear exactly what you're saying, because when I was a kid in San Diego, we had the San Diego Clippers, our basketball team. Okay, we don't have them anymore. I mean, we don't have a basketball team, and now we just lost our San Diego Chargers, our football team, and now they're like, yeah, we're gonna have a soccer team, and I'm like, the San Diego Sockers were awesome, but I mean, not as awesome as like American football. It's still called football, if you know what I'm talking about. But when I was a kid, my dad would take me to Clippers games, not to watch the Clippers. They actually sucked, but we would go when like Dr. J and the 76ers were here, or especially when the Celtics came, because my dad loved, Larry Bird and all that, and like the Bulls, if Michael Jordan was going to be there, or like whatever. I mean, this is back in the day, but like Magic Johnson, I mean, it actually kind of predates Michael Jordan's rise in the NBA, but yeah. Exactly what you said. You're like you live in Ohio, but you're going to go to a game if the Patriots are there.
Yeah,
why?
I do.
You're not even from there. Why do you like the Patriots so much? You're not from New England.
I want to let Anne-Marie talk about the Super Bowl then, because
no, Sam is a wannabe Yankee.
No,
Anne-Marie, how do you feel about it?
The reason I like the Patriots was I used to like the Browns and the Patriots growing up. And the reason I liked the Patriots was in '86. I was like 12 or 13 years old. I remember they were playing the Bears in the Super Bowl. And football was kind of in the peripheral.
Oh, Refrigerator Perry.
It was kind of in the peripheral for me.
Remember the fridge? Remember the fridge?
My parents didn't like football much, but my friends did. So it was in like the periphery, like I said. And everybody was talking crap about the Patriots. How they were nobody, they were never any good. They were never the old guy that was the coach. Everybody downplayed him and picked on him and all but spit on him. And I'm like, screw this. These guys came up from nothing, and I rooted for them, and they got destroyed. But
you realize today, though, Sam, a lot of the Super Bowl coverage is going to involve that Brady, the quarterback, is good friends with President Donald Trump. Now, Anne-Marie, what are your thoughts about today being Super Bowl Sunday? Do you have any worries about Lady Gaga's halftime performance or anything like that? Anne-Marie, go ahead. This is your time to shine. Go ahead.
Oh, let's see.
And do you like football? Football. First of all, are you a football fan?
Oh, well, I grew up, like, my grandpa used to always watch, like, the Giants.
Well, that was like his Tilted Tilt. We're going to be there. It's right by your house.
Oh, yeah?
Okay, there you have an invitation.
Thank you. Well, I already ate like chicken wings today. My belly is.
Oh, they have alcohol. You'll be set.
Oh, there you go. Okay, Anne-Marie, go ahead with what you were saying, though.
Oh,
you guys can work out the details of that later.
Oh, on Fox, they're supposed to show like Lady Gaga on a tape delay, and supposedly at first they said they didn't want her to say anything. I guess they were worried about her saying something, and now they say, well, you can say whatever, but we'll put you on a tape delay. So now everybody's wondering, what is Lady Gaga going to say? She's going to make some political statement.
No, she's just going to sing her songs. She's just going to be a musician and sing her songs. She's not going to get up. I mean, and she'll probably be joined by maybe like a Beyonce or like another famous performer. And she's done duets with other people, so that's likely to happen. I'm sure there's always a surprise guest. But she's not going to just grab a microphone and start ranting against Donald Trump.
I have only one hope. I'm torn on Lady Gaga. For one thing, her music in terms of her pop music is some of the worst, most poorly put together music I've ever heard.
Sam the music critic jumps in.
However, I've heard her do jazz twice. And I'm going to be crass here. The bitch holds her own. So
when she sings the Christmas song, remember that the Christmas song that was getting a lot of heat because they said it was like too sexual. And then when I went to go look it up, the Lady Gaga and who was it? Justin Timberlake or no? I don't know. I forgot who the guy was.
I can't stand him, so I wouldn't have known.
No, it was Joseph Gordon-Levitt, and I love that guy. JGL for life. And that's a good song. And like I Lady Gaga, I mean,
I have only one hope that when
those satanic rituals, I don't have a problem.
When Katy Perry and both times that Beyonce did the Super Bowl halftime show, I go to the bathroom, I go out to the parking lot, and I smoke a cigarette. It's a cigarette. And
Sam is a non-smoker, so that's like.
Yeah, well, of course it's a cigarette. It's just a cigarette. And I go out and I smoke just that harmless cigarette, and I don't watch it. This year,
marijuana.
This year, no, never. This year, I may suffer through Lady Gaga because I'm thinking that maybe there'll be an Alice Cooper appearance because she was on his Welcome to My Nightmare 3 CD or 2 CD.
Now, Sam, I suggested that there could be a special guest.
Yeah,
Emery, it's not going to be Alice Cooper, right? I mean, at the Super Bowl?
Emery, wait, D-Lake, think about it. Aerosmith, bands that have been around forever.
Red Hot Chili Peppers when they show up. All right.
Cooper would take a little bit of the it would keep the whole show they like to have, but Cooper is openly Christian. This is all theater for him. So it's a really safe way to bring a shocker that everybody knows onto the stage. And since he guested with Lady Gaga, she might guest him.
Yeah, and isn't
he's not going to say anything offensive. He's a Christian. He's going to do his horror show. He's going to have his snake and his sword and his blood. He's not like that. He's not going to say anything stupid. He's not going to do anything stupid.
Yeah, but he's known for the snake and the sword and all that stuff.
He's
so
safe.
I don't know if that's
appropriate.
Safe. I don't know if that's going to happen.
He's got that band called The Vampires with Johnny Depp and the guy from Aerosmith, and they just came out with an album. Remember?
And there's a chance we could see some Cooper. So I might not leave. I might suffer through this one and just order a double shot of rum. If I heard, I'll be dead honest. If I can be fair, I think her music is some of the worst tripe I've ever heard. But if I heard she was doing a jazz concert, I probably
they're called Hollywood Vampires. Okay, now I'm starting to give credibility to what Sam's talking about. If fucking Alice Cooper,
Marilyn Manson,
Johnny Depp, and
dude, Alice Cooper has never stopped getting.
Oh, Joe Perry.
Yeah, they're called the Vampires because
they're called Hollywood Vampires.
Right, because there was this bar in Hollywood that Alice Cooper used to be like a really bad alcoholic, and he used to be there with who did he used to hang out with, like Mickey Dolenz from the Monkees and was it John Lennon?
Joe Perry and Keith Richards and some other people.
There's a Wikipedia on the Hollywood Vampires. They used to meet up and drink lots and lots of alcohol and try to outdo each other and drink. So that's where that name comes from.
Look how punk rock Johnny Depp looks right there, though. Or I don't know if it's punk rock or just really rock or like Alice Cooper type rock. Look at Cooper's pants.
Think about it. That they don't have anybody on the bill that appeals to older people. That also younger people will be like, oh, he's cool.
Yeah. When you brought up the Chili Peppers and other acts joining, it made me think that they do always kind of or Aerosmith or whatever, they try to rope in a nostalgia type thing.
Oh, what about Tony Bennett? She did an album with Tony Bennett.
I'd be thrilled. I'd listen to every note she sung. She's got a good voice. She's just terrible.
Tony Bennett?
Do you know that he painted?
I love Tony Bennett.
He painted her naked. That was one of their first get-togethers. He told her to take her clothes off, and he did a painting of Lady Gaga naked.
Did he?
And then they did an album together.
I wish, as far as her music is concerned,
haven't we all?
I wish she would just be a model and quit.
Yeah, that's a good. Tony Bennett's a smooth motherfucker. That's a good move. I'm like, hey, why don't you just undress and let me do a nude painting of you? And I'm a good painter too, so it's gonna come out really good. And so like chicks really dig that.
You know, Anne-Marie, allegedly it took him 5.5 hours to draw that stick figure.
It's just a stick figure on a cocktail napkin. I'm like, hey, how do you like it? You're like, oh yeah, you're an amazing artist. Okay, wonderful. Anything else you're anticipating at the Super Bowl, such as commercials? And I mean, isn't there always like amazing commercials during the Super Bowl, Anne-Marie, right? I mean, Super Bowl is known for its commercials.
Yeah.
And all this week they're like, are any of the advertisers going to offend Donald Trump? Like the new Budweiser commercial is all about, Anheuser and Busch being immigrants. I don't know if you saw that, but it's on all over my YouTube. Yesterday and today. Super Bowl 2017 commercials. Commercial cost. How much do you think that?
Wait, is it all over your Facebook?
Hey, D-Like, I don't
know. When I started YouTube videos.
D-Like, did you take out a Media Speaks ad on the Super Bowl for us this year?
An ad on the Super Bowl? No, Sam, because I didn't have.
I knew you missed it.
Sam, I was trying to, but I don't have upwards of $4.8 to $5.5 million for 30 fucking
how
seconds.
Much short were you? How short were you?
Just like a couple $1 million.
Okay, good. Yeah. See, I was going to do it last year, but I was about 4.8 million short.
Yeah. I was $5,000,000 and 999.999. No, yeah.
Oh, I've got a prediction. Anheuser-Busch sales are going to go down on Super Bowl Sunday. Mark it. Record it. 3:47 p.m. EST. Budweiser will take a shot.
They're not going to take any kind of shot. That's ridiculous. Sam, that was the commercial that played at the beginning of your anti-Trump protest.
I understand.
Watch.
No, but it's...
Here it is! Look! Budweiser's 2017. Before your video, Sam, you monetized it. And now there's an immigrant commercial about Bush coming to America.
I had written about this in my column. I said, well, Mr. Bush, chances are you didn't come into the country and turn the nation into the rape capital of the world like the refugees have done to the otherwise peaceful Sweden. You probably didn't come over and refuse to learn the language, set up your own safe zones like they did in London, and refuse to let the police in. You probably didn't beat anybody or come from a country that wants to blow up your brewery because you sell alcohol. There's a difference here.
Okay, Sam, he gets along with black guys and saves them off burning ferry boats, and then he makes it into this bar.
It's pandering.
He's like, look, this is what you got to do. I have a great idea because all immigrants have amazing ideas like this. Like, he already had the bottle plan and the logo and everything.
Wait, you missed my whole point. You do realize that the people that Trump is banning, they've done this. They've done this to other countries. They've done it in Egypt. They will.
Sam, you're missing my point.
They will burn the brewery down.
Sam, mute out. Okay, look, Sam, fucking. I wish I had my camera. It makes it much more dramatic. It's not as funny otherwise. Sam, listen. You specifically said that Anheuser-Busch was going to go down because of this commercial. Yes, you said that they will lose revenue because of this commercial.
Yes, and I'll tell you how.
I'm telling you it's a beautiful commercial that's going to make money, and there's no way that Budweiser sales go down on Super Bowl weekend. They actually go up like a lot. So everyone's getting fucked up.
I'm going to give you a prediction, and I'll tell you how. I don't mean that no one's going to buy any. I mean that compared to last year, less people are going to ask for it on the tap at the bar. Less people are going to pick it up in the
convenience stores and 7-Elevens
because they're going to say, "Oh yeah, they made that anti-Trump thing." So
no, it's not anti-Trump. That's ridiculous.
Yeah, they're going to. You will see less sales of Budweiser over this. Mark my words. Prediction. Mark it down. It was 347.
All right, we'll see next week. We'll bring it up again next week and see who was right and who was
Oh,
wrong.
wait, now, speaking of next week, we got to do the game, don't we?
You know, I didn't set it up, and Nikki's not here, so it's going to be next week. Now, Emery,
Yes.
where do you fall on? And next week we're going to be playing a game, Emery, and it might not be what you think because I've been talking to people that I might use their game. Okay,
Oh, thank God. Not the Google autofill game.
it might be. What do you think? Shut up. But where do you fall on Sam and I's difference of opinions on a Budweiser Super Bowl commercial affecting their sales? Because I think the commercial is great. I think it's a really good commercial.
Well, I mean, isn't that American beer? I thought you wanted people to buy American. I mean, you drink Stella.
I don't want it to happen. I don't know. I don't want
No,
it
I stopped drinking Stella.
Really? What do you drink?
Yeah.
Budweiser?
No, I drink Laguntas brewed here in San Diego. So I'm drinking local now. Or it's brewed in Petaluma, California. It's called Laguntas. I switched to that. I like it a lot better. They have a couple different kinds. Little somethings. Maximus. Undercover Investigation shut down.
D-Lake.
That's my favorite.
D-Lake, pan back. D-Lake, pan back to the snow. There's not even any footsteps in the snow. There weren't even people.
I noticed that earlier. I was going to say that earlier. Like, nothing has
didn't
moved.
see it.
The barricades, the snow didn't even move because there's been no one there. There's no activity at the anti-Trump protest. Failed.
I have not seen that. Well, friends for the show, it was my fault. I told D-Lake I was going to get footage, and I think he thought I was going to send him a stream. That's why we were late.
Yeah. I thought it was going to be a mass of protesters, and this is what we got. Okay, great. Yeah. Oh yeah. But obviously, there's going to be tons of people at the Super Bowl. That's what we were talking about. Amory, your final thoughts on the Super Bowl? Today's top headline: Super Bowl.
New England is the heavy favorite.
Yeah, I was rooting for the Patriots, and my friend
Let's
earlier
see.
he's like, "Go Hawks!" I'm like, "What?" He's like, "Yeah, I'm sick of Brady and Belichick and all that shit." I'm like, "What? Dude, no, they're gonna win." and did you hear the part that I mentioned earlier, Amaria, about how there's going to be like a whole lot of talk and reporting about quarterback Tom Brady of the Patriots' relationship and friendship with President Donald Trump? And do you think that that's accurate? Do you think there's going to be a lot of that?
Well, he's usually in the news because of him and Giselle. They keep themselves in the news.
She's so hot.
I mean, the Atlanta quarterback Matt Ryan was the MVP this year.
Who's that guy?
So
Who knows who that guy is?
I guess
Okay.
I know they'll talk more about Tom Brady. I guess we'll have to see.
Yeah. What's the other guy's name? What's the Hawks quarterback name?
Matt Ryan. Matt Ryan.
Let's see what this guy is all about. Matthew Ryan images. He's quarterback.
The thing is, he
looks weak. No, I'm just kidding. I'm sure he's a good quarterback.
If you get a chance, if you on Blasting News, I actually do some sports writing there, and I had mentioned a few things. Ryan has been to no Super Bowls, and Brady has been, I think, to 4 or 5 now. I forget.
Oh well, then it's his to lose. I mean,
and
this guy's gonna come in there like this is my fucking shot, dude.
He is, because
I think this guy looks pretty good, man.
Belichick also has 18 years more experience.
I like his form. I like the face he makes when he throws the ball.
I eat nails.
I eat motherfuckers like eating breakfast. He kind of looks like Clint Eastwood.
He looks like he's carved out of wood. He's got that's quite a neck. Like if his arm ever gets hurt, he can throw the ball with his neck. It'll be great.
Yeah, I don't think we're gonna see a lot of running out of this guy, or maybe he looks like more like a runner than I don't know. He's got good form. We'll see.
With those teeth, I think he's gonna eat the front line.
I have a couple of friends that are big football fanatics, like way more than me, and they say Brady is like the best in the business. So I mean, I don't know if this guy can hang with.
He's 40 years old. He wants to play till 48. He wants to match the record.
Patriots QB Brady. Let's take a look at this guy. Oh, we can make a hell of a bunch of fun of this guy.
No, that's sacrilege.
Oh, no,
That's
we can't.
I will send Sharia law to your doorstep with a machete.
Machete. Sam, how did you feel about the machete attacks at the Louvre, an art gallery? And haven't we talked extensively about don't fuck up the artwork? Why does it always have to be the artwork? Sam, go ahead. Oh, I like your bear. I like your bear there, Sam.
The thing, that's the other thing.
Sam didn't just jump on the bandwagon this morning like I did. He is obviously a Patriots fan. He's got fucking Patriot teddy bears. Put that up there again, Sam. Let's see that guy.
All right, hold on. Well, wait, we have the hat that my
He
ex
cuddles with it at night and he sleeps with it.
My wife Christelle got me this.
Go Patriots.
And I went to the Zippo store. And this has never been used. I went to the Zippo store because I don't even smoke cigarettes. Except, of course, at the Super Bowl. And, oh, yeah. Well, I hit them a time or two, but I don't really smoke cigarettes much. If someone lights one, I'll hit it once in a while. But anyway, with the artwork, that's the big thing. They're coming at, they want to take down the pyramids, for crying out loud, which is why I said Egypt has a terrorism problem, and they're iffy on whether or not they should be on the ban. With that one, though, I see why Trump didn't. It's not like Saudi Arabia that all three of us hate. This is a country that's at least trying, the leadership of Egypt is trying to fight terrorism. They're like, America, come help us, don't let them knock our pyramids down, which we managed to save for them now twice. It's bad.
Sam, I step away for like 2 seconds, and what are you talking about? Egypt?
The art. They wanted to destroy.
Oh yeah. Good.
But yeah, what team are you picking, D-Lake? Who do you predict to win, and who do you want to win?
Yeah, I'm picking Team America. So fuck ISIS, and when they try to wreck artwork and stuff like that, Sam. Yeah, we agree on that, right?
And the Falcons are ISIS. I'm telling you, they are ISIS supporters, allegedly, all the way. So you got to root for New England because the Falcons are allegedly ISIS. It's true.
Yeah.
All right. I might have stretched the truth a little bit.
Yeah, you just have to.
But I bet you they know somebody that's Muslim. All right. That's all I got. It's a joke. It's a joke.
Sam. Yeah. They're gonna be talking about how Brady and Trump are friends and how Tom Brady and he plays for a team called the Patriots and how he has white male privilege and
well, see, that's the one thing I do like about Trump. I think he doesn't get credit for that. Trump gets a lot of shit on the left and right for his friendship with Kanye because I hate Kanye. And a lot of people that like Trump hate Kanye. However, Kanye's always been his friend. And he's like, Kanye gets crap for liking Trump. He's like, he's always been my friend. I'm going to be his friend. What's his name? The black boxing promoter, too.
Don King.
Yes. Always been Trump's friend. He's like, I'm not going to hide it. I'm not going to hide it because it makes people mad. And
go look it up how good of friends Trump and Michael Jackson were. And Kanye is pretty much just part of a musical heritage lineage to that goes back to Michael Jackson, so it doesn't seem unusual to me at all.
Well, Michael Jackson wasn't out calling people the N-bomb, but yeah. The other thing is, I think that's what we're seeing with Brady. Brady's like, Trump's always been my friend, and I'm not going to say that he isn't.
You know what's cool is that Kanye, when he went to visit Trump, he dyed his hair blonde. He's like,
oh, I didn't notice that.
Yeah, he's trying to have like a Kanye Donald Trump hair or something. I don't know. That happened a few weeks ago, Anne Marie. That's not recent news. I mean, how do you feel about?
That was after Kanye was let out of that psychiatric hold. I think he went to.
It was like Trump. Right after. It was like the day after.
Yeah.
And he didn't want to talk to the press at all. He still looks like he's maybe on some medication right there. I don't know. But he's like, I don't want to talk to you guys. I just want you to take my picture with the president. And that's when he was still in transition, but now, of course, he is the president. But so great picture. I mean, I don't know. Trump is smiling. Kanye's like, I just got out of rehab.
Well, I mean, like, Trump, did you see
They
the
hugged.
news
They did a.
that-
Did you see when they did the bro shake? They did a bro shake and a hug, and his guard's like, "Disney motherfucker." Okay, go ahead, Emily. Sorry.
Oh, but at a prayer breakfast,
Mhm.
at the
The
kickoff of
the national prayer
Black
breakfast that Donald Trump attended on
yes,
February
the National
2nd.
Black History Month, he asked attendees to say a prayer for Arnold Schwarzenegger because of his
Yeah.
low ratings on Celebrity Apprentice.
Yeah, but you got to go watch it. I mean, he actually laughs afterwards. I mean, it was all in good fun and humor. I thought it was good. I watched the prayer breakfast, the full thing, and it was good. I mean, and when he said that, it was just funny, and like the whole crowd laughed, and it went over well. I thought it did.
What was the joke again?
He just said that he was talking about Mark Burnett, who introduced him, who he worked with as that's the producer on The Apprentice. Actually, that's the guy who knew my sister, how she got on the show. Mark Burnett, and I'm trying to put this in.
Well, some
the
people were saying
transcript.
it was like, some people said it would help with the ratings. Like, you have the president of the United States, speaking, and all the cameras on him, and he's talking about Celebrity Apprentice and Arnold Schwarzenegger. So it's going to make people want to, watch the show. It has gotten lower ratings.
Because you want to know what? Because you want to know what Donald Trump figured out long time ago? Good press, bad press, it's all press. Like, good, What's the old saying?
Wait, Anne Marie, you're gonna like this. Hey, D-Link, tell that to Anthony Weiner. I went there, Anne Marie. I'm a terrible person. I am a terrible person.
Well, Anthony Weiner was in the news this week because it looks like he might be facing child pornography charges or something. I don't know, but
I was telling my editor, it broke my heart to write the story because every other writer in the world got to make all their Weiner jokes. But now that he's messing with kids, you kind of want to be a little more tactful. I'm like, man, I hope now that I'm getting published that he does at least one more thing found out with an adult. Because I've got Weiner jokes that I've been wanting to put into print forever, and I'm not going to use a kid to do it. I need him to have messed with just one other legal person. I had to write a Weiner story.
No, we don't want
to. He's weeping for me. I all but shook, Anne Marie. It was one of the worst moments of my life.
No one wants all your amazing Weiner jokes to go to waste, Sam.
Oh, but yeah, I heard it.
Anne Marie's obviously laughing. Anne Marie, you're on mute. What do you think about this? This is crazy.
Well, give us one, Sam. Give us a Weiner joke.
Oh, what I was gonna say was if she had not been 15, all of us were making Weiner jokes in the media for quite some time. But in light of the new scandal, things seem to have come to a head. But now you can't do that because she's 15 and it's not funny then. It's like, oh, Weiner, damn it. You were funny before, and now you're just like this disgusting guy.
Yeah.
Now you're not funny.
Pretty soon. Well, Sam, you know what you have. Sam, here's what you have to look forward to: Anthony Weiner in prison jokes. Okay, so Weiner / prison jokes. I think you can make a fortune on that.
I put this in the article. I think as much as I detest her, and I think she is a really crappy person, my heart breaks for Huma. Because nobody, not even a Clinton aide, nobody deserves to be humiliated like that twice.
Well, Sam, you're very sensitive. My heart doesn't break for her.
Not even her. Nobody deserves that.
Well, that's very humanitarian of you, Sam, but, that doesn't change my opinions. But go ahead.
Well, I mean, think about it. She
knew what she was getting into.
Well, if that's the case, and she knew that he was messing with kids, that's entirely different.
Oh, yeah, I didn't say that. All right, well, no, I mean, she's fine. I mean, do you think Huma Abedin is attractive?
Exotically, yes.
In an exotic way? She's got those big eyes.
I've seen pictures of her where not so much, but by and large, I always have.
Yeah. After Hillary Clinton loses, she didn't look so hot anymore, right? She's all crying in the streets.
Well, every time she talks, I want to puke. So as long as everything she supports, I'm against. Everything.
So okay. So I was talking about just I don't know her looks and you're going off on policy.
She's very not policy. She's very pretty. Although I've seen sometimes where she does her makeup in such a way where I'm like, well, that didn't work.
I was seeing when the election was like when she was like really seriously in the news a lot because of the Wiener thing and because of working with Clinton and stuff. There was a bunch of like advertisements. Like here's a picture. They're like, oh yeah, Huma Abedin all slutty. That's not Huma Abedin. That's somebody else. That's not her.
That's not her.
I know, yeah, they'd post these pictures and be like, oh, see the behind the scenes of Huma. I'm like, that's not her.
Then again, wait a minute. She's in a limo. So technically speaking, if she's just if it was her, she's chilling in her own damn limo, drinking a bottle of champagne after a hard day's work trying to destroy the country, she deserves to be able to kick back in her limo.
No, but I'm saying they were posting a bunch of like pictures like that one, like kind of like freaky, but it wasn't her. But they're saying like, oh, you see it all the time on the internet, like click into this article about such and such, and the picture is like totally not even related to it.
See, what you do is you give her one night allegedly with Christelle and I, and we'll make her feel so good that she'll be a raging Trump supporter the next day. How about that?
But do you think that happened when you're like, oh, me and my wife with a night with her? Do you think that happened with the Clintons? Do you think that the Clintons like?
Oh, I do. Like now, I don't want it to happen anymore. Thanks.
Yeah, she's already been defiled by the Clintons. I mean.
Yeah,
do you think?
I don't know.
Emery, is that unfair? I think it's been alleged, but do you think that Hillary and Huma like maybe had a thing?
I don't know. That's like old news. Did you hear like the newer news is Mike Pence calls his wife mother? Did you read that article in Rolling Stone?
What?
Yeah, but that's
it's
not,
sick.
no, wait, that's not. I've read that, but that's completely taken out of context because my dad would sometimes call my mother mom. Hey, mom.
Right, in front of kids, but like
No,
not like in front of diplomats.
but I'm saying it's stuck, and then sometimes when we grew up, he would still do it. No. I thought that was distasteful. I know what
I mean, maybe in front of the kids you call your wife mother because
no, but sometimes his other nickname for her was Peachy. But sometimes but sometimes he would say, "Hey mom, come here." And he would just he called her that for 18 years with me, and my brother was 10 years younger. So it's like 28 years of calling her mom. Yeah, see, I was like, I wasn't that.
But see, it's like with Mike Pence, it's like creepy because he's like ultra religious and his wife is really ultra. He actually didn't grow up ultra religious, but his wife is ultra religious. And they invited like these Democrats over for like a meal, like at a long table. And she was sitting like, I guess at one end of the table and he was sitting at the other end. And people that were invited over there, they were supposed to like he was supposed to like have a conversation with them, and he really couldn't keep up a conversation, and instead he kind of deflected and called out to his wife and said, mother, like where is the
mother who prepared our meal this evening? The legislators looked at one another, speaking with their eyes. He just called his wife mother. Maybe it was a joke, the legislator reasoned, but a few minutes later Pence shouted again, Mother, whose China are we eating on? I mean, that sounds like song lyrics or something. It doesn't sound like he like gets in bed with her and is like, oh, mother.
No, not even that. I think that's probably like my dad referred to my mother as mom all the time. I think he probably was like, now you listen to your mother. It might have just been, I don't know, if he always says.
I mean, at dinner time, maybe it's just kind of a jokey thing he does. I don't know.
I think it's weird.
I don't think much into it, but the story's gaining traction. I don't know. I mean, one thing is for sure: if he's doing it in front of Democrats who he knows don't like him anyway, it's something that he didn't. It must not be something sexual because you wouldn't deliberately do that.
Sexual.
Oh yeah.
So should he not be?
Like think about it. If they ever asked me to speak on CNN, I'm going to be real careful how I word everything because they're going to be looking to spin it anyway.
Okay. On January 17th, Mike Pence tweeted out, I can confirm that when Miss Pence asks me to pick up ice cream, I pick up mother's ice cream. He didn't say mother. I pick up the ice cream, okay? Recently, Pence tweeted about picking up ice cream for his wife. In the tweets, he called her Mrs. Pence. What's an improvement over mother, but still the kind of thing a pod person doing a bad job pretending to be a human might say.
I don't know.
Isn't that just like a typical man also to pretend it was the wife who requested the ice cream? Oh, it's like, Mike, we know you wanted ice cream. Don't blame your wife for wanting the ice cream. Don't blame Mrs. Pence for wanting the ice cream. We know you're the one that wanted the ice cream. Yeah, and I like to pour milk on it and stir it into a milky shake too, mother. Yeah. So, Henry, basically what you're saying is Mike Pence should no longer be the vice president. Is that what you're saying?
That's what I took from it. Like that.
That's creepy. I mean, obviously, I think it's weird. I mean, it's just.
I don't want to go. I don't want to be anywhere near the bedroom where I can hear a thing.
Yeah, no. You know where I want to be? I want to be in like I want to be in the SNL comedy writing room. Like, oh, just call his wife mother. Oh, this is the whole segment.
That's all right. I have a horrible crush on the first lady, and my wife said she's developing one as well. It's terrible.
Oh, Melania.
More than her daughters at Melania. That girl,
Ivanka?
She could read the side of. She could read stereo instructions, and you'd be like, yeah. She's so right.
Melania Trump. Is there any other Melania? You know what? Yeah. They blur out Trump's face and like. Oh yeah, she did pose for some risque pictures before. Of course, that's going to come up in the top on Google. Thanks so much. Yeah, she was in Sports Illustrated. Their son Barron. I met Melania in person, and man, she was really like sparkly and shiny, and like.
Well, does she seems like she would take time to talk a little bit, does she?
You know, I don't know. That's why Trump likes her, because she looks so good that when she talks, he doesn't even hear her.
That's not true. That's terrible.
No, he's just like, yeah, baby, whatever, baby, whatever. No, but I mean, that's in the news. They're like, oh,
she wants me. You can see
Trump abuses her and some other stuff.
Oh, he treats her like an object. They said he
like
treats her like an object,
like a trophy.
Yeah.
And Maureen Dowd, free Melania from our expectations. I didn't even click in this. I just know that it was a headline this morning. Let's see what this is. Free Melania from our expectations. Okay, so she's taking a different approach to being first lady, but she has already been like filling out her East Wing cabinet, and she, she's got her personal staff and stuff now stacked on the Trump Tower of petrifying things we have to worry about: war with Iran, war with China, war with Mexico, war with Islam, war with koala bears. There is yet another looming disaster. In the East Wing is perilously behind in planning for the Easter egg roll. Is the White House dropping the ball, or rather the ovoid? Thanks, Maureen Dowd. I love your writing style. As our omnipresent new president hijacked our reality, the First Lady vanished, sparking headlines for nary a glimpse in D.C. since the inaugural. Yeah, because we've already established that she's back in New York until Barrett finishes school. I mean,
yeah, and I think that is absolutely wonderful. She is,
and Vanity Fair is fretting over whether or not she's going to.
Complained about when Obama took 1 million golfing trips on the left. She's asking for the government to pay a little bit of money to do them one favor, and let's face it, for the very last normal year of Barron's life.
It's weird. It's like $1 million per day, and it's a lot of money, and to secure a whole building. I mean, he has people that live there, and it's a pain in the butt for everybody that lives in that building, around the building.
You're missing
it's weird.
When Obama had a private property that he would go to, It's he's just keeping the same tower that he already owns.
I mean, Barack had his mother-in-law like living there, and her expenses were like paid for by tax dollars in some instances.
But she was living at the White House.
But
I mean,
Anne Marie did make a good point that I did read this week that in fact just yesterday I think that it was when you have the first lady in New York and you have the president in Washington D.C., you're causing a double cost, right, Emery? Is that what you were getting at?
Right. Well, also, I mean, even his towers, like even Trump Towers, anything with his name on it. I mean, I mentioned this on another show. Who's going to secure his buildings all around the world with his name on it? I mean, that would be an extra cost.
His personal security and the management at those individual facilities. But I actually was watching an amazing video yesterday, and did I post it on my Facebook? I'm not sure if I did. I think maybe I did. Wait, let me close these messages. Nikki, not on the show. But 10 Trump mansions more luxurious than the White House. I mean, and that's the thing though. Like he goes to what do you call it, Mar-a-Lago in Florida to play like just a little bit of golf, not like a whole fucking Obama like 2 weeks in Hawaii. But I was going to something that Sam was just saying though about
Wait, did you send Nikki the new link? Did you send Nikki the new link?
I did. Oh yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Sam, is there was people protesting this weekend outside of Mar-a-Lago. Wait, there's Mar-a-Lago. Protesting outside of Mar-a-Lago, and it was more than the people that didn't show up in Canton, Ohio, but they were down there.
Oh, the Soros check arrived. The Soros check must have made it.
It's warmer down there. It's freezing here. It's
warmer. There it is. There's
outside today.
Well, yeah. I mean, it's warmer today. You're right. It is
like
warmer
50
today.
degrees out there, huh?
And Sam, you invited.
Really warm. I like really warm weather.
Me too.
Sam, you invited Anne-Marie to a Super Bowl
The
party.
Tilted Kilt. We go every year. Come to the Tilted Kilt if you want to hang out with Sam from the Correct Views. I don't care.
What time does it start? Is the Super Bowl not on yet, or what time?
6:30. So my wife gets up in about 20 minutes, and we're gonna get ready to get out of here.
And it's like almost 4:20 there, Sam.
It is almost.
It is.
Do you know where your weed is at? All right, take a look at this. Let's just take a look at the Mar-a-Lago Estates, where, like I just mentioned, there are protests happening this weekend, something to do with the travel ban. But I mean, Trump can. This is one of the places that he can go because I mean, it's Trump. Showed off the interior of his huge Mar-a-Lago estate mansion when he tweeted a photo of himself. What the camera didn't show is just how decadent the estate really is. There it is. I don't know. Looks pretty nice. I'd never want to stay there. It's not my style. I like to have like a lot of dirt and clutter and spider webs around me. I don't like all this fancy stuff. This is a little bit ridiculous. Emery, I mean, I don't know how you feel about the pool. If you want to go hang out by the pool.
This isn't.
I love
I mean, Trump's not. This isn't stuff we paid for, so I don't care. But I will.
No, this is his personal stuff. He's been a real estate magnate for fucking 30 years.
But check this out. I know Nixon's an exception here with bowling, but you can talk about Bush, Obama, Trump. You can talk about Clinton. You can talk about Carter, Reagan. So, Mr. President, would you like to go bowling? No, sir. Golf. Would you like to go snowboarding? No, sir. Golf. How about some skiing? Golf. Do they do anything other than golf? Golf. Would you like to go golf? It's never anything but golf.
Sam, just so we're clear,
That's
I think it's at this place. I think it's at the Oceanfront Mansion in La Chateau de Palmares.
What are you swimming in your pool? No golf.
He has 3 swimming pools and a bowling alley, Sam, and tennis fucking court, Sam. So and a workout room, Sam.
He got Trump on a tennis court. That's not gonna happen. That is beautiful.
I want to see that. I want to see him play tennis.
But
Trump
that'd be really funny. But what is it with golf in the White House?
I hear what you're saying, Sam, and obviously you've probably all seen my video about how Obama loves golf that has over like 1,000 views and stuff. I did that back, when he was playing his 100th round of golf.
Oh my God, Anne Marie and D Lake. Do you want to know how to open up I've got the key to it. If you open up a golf course, it's really nice. It's one of the few things that must not be political in any way. So you're not going to anger the left or the right by opening up a golf course because you got Obama chucking away as much as Trump. We got our next $1 million. We got it.
That one went over my head, Sam. Can you say that again?
Think about it. And no matter what business you open today, it's always got some kind of political lean to it. Well, clearly golf doesn't, since every single president we have plays it nonstop. So if you open up a golf course, it must be something that doesn't offend the left nor the right. You will get endless praise from everyone.
Anne-Marie, how many how many refugees can we put on these golf courses?
What?
Oh my goodness. It was a story talking about wives, like you're saying Melania doesn't want to go to Washington, D.C. right away. Did you see that Chris Christie said the reason why he didn't go to Washington and take a job with Trump was because of his wife? He blames his wife that his wife didn't want to move to Washington. Did anyone see that story?
Wow.
Fucking scumbag.
That's like worthy of the dunce cap of the month. And I wish I had heard it. Anne Marie with a home run.
I know he really
First of all, where was Chris Christie's invitation to be there?
I hate that guy.
And then he says he declined. If there was an invitation, he declined it because his wife didn't want to move to Washington, D.C.
Yes.
He blames his wife.
Yes, that's horrible.
Is she in some kind of cancer incubator or some kind of can she not move? Is she immobile?
No.
Is she in a weird
story? It's ridiculous.
Are you kidding me?
It was like a couple weeks ago.
Really?
It was like Chris. Yeah, it was like a dumb story.
Chris Christie not moving to DC?
Maybe they don't have enough cheeseburgers.
Because Mary Pat refused to move to DC for Trump White House job. Yeah, right.
I thought it was because he was speaking badly about Trump.
No, it's because he loves his wife and she doesn't want to move there, Sam.
Why would you get with a governor who was running for the presidency?
The governor.
He's probably going to run for the presidency again. He's not that old.
Governor Chris Christie on Wednesday, January 19th, this was reported that, so it's about 2 weeks old.
That's a good point, Sam. He's running for president. His wife is fine.
Oh, wait. So, no, this came out. Okay, wait. January 19th. That
means Anne-Marie, if Chris Christie ever gets the nod, you and I will both not be voting for Chris Christie, I'm pretty sure.
Yes, exactly.
We will be happily showing up at the polling booth together on that one.
He didn't offer me a job that I thought was exciting enough for me to leave the governorship and my family, Christie said.
Okay, that makes a little more sense. That might have been
because Mary Pat.
That's a headline baiting for clicks. Then that's clickbait.
No, because Mary Pat made really clear she wasn't coming to DC.
Oh, okay.
And if you can't make your wife come, then you're not going to take the job.
D Lake is on fire today.
Yeah.
I'm on fire today, right? Is that Mary Pat?
Yes.
That's
Mary Pat.
That story makes
That's Mary Pat. Okay. I thought that was Bruce Jenner. I thought that was Caitlyn Jenner there for a second. Oh yeah, I am on fire, Sam. You know what I'm on fire like? A fucking anti-Trump protest in Canton, Ohio.
I love you, D Lake.
Look how on fire I am here today, Sam. Oh,
look at all the traffic in the snow you made.
Wait a second.
What's funny is we postponed the show and everything for that.
I know. Ridiculous. I'm like, well, maybe Sam's coming back with some good footage. I'm gonna go fucking to McDonald's real quick. Chris, roll me up to the store. And it's like, no. It's like, yeah, Okay, anyways.
Kenny goes, what are you going to film? There's nothing there. I said, that's you go with the story you wanted. The story you had, not the story you wanted.
I did see a car driving by. Now to Chris Christie, Rudy Giuliani, Mitt Romney, Newt Gingrich, all these guys, and coincidentally, they all were candidates, and even Ron Paul. They were all 2012 presidential candidates that are now like there's some kind of like talking head gospels on these sort of things. You know who I like the best out of all of them? Herman motherfucking Cain. Herman Cain is my man.
I wanted Cain. I didn't like his tax plan, but I wanted Cain.
999.
I wanted Cain in the Trump administration. That's who my prediction was for VP pick. I failed. I admit it. Let me get my logo off here.
You like Herman Cain for VP?
No, but if you remember, I said I thought he was a fair-minded guy. I didn't like his taxes, but Trump would have been the one who controlled the taxes, so it wouldn't have mattered.
Well, what I was just saying, though, at the same time, yeah, Herman Cain's name did come up, I remember, and Newt Gingrich was like a top guy. And then he interviewed Romney for Secretary of State, and they went to dinner and stuff. Remember that? And it was like a smoothing over a relationship.
That would have been horrible. Trump might have lost my vote over that. But
you know what? But I was really thinking about it a lot this week because just confirmed this week, and he gave a speech at the State Department, is Rex Tillerson.
But I think it would have done a lot to prove that Trump was open to that he wasn't racist and he was open to ideas that were slightly different than his. I thought Cain had a better chance than he did. I missed that one.
Mm-hmm.
I admit it. I missed it.
Okay, well, we both know that Trump's not racist.
At the time, I think it would have helped him. You got to go in your time machine for it to make sense.
Right. Yeah, no, but I mean, I was talking about it as if, we were in a time machine because what we talked about before. Did you see that Rex Tillerson was confirmed as Secretary of State, and then he gave a speech in front of the State Department this week, Sam?
Yeah, and he's talking about pulling back from the Iran deal, and Iran said that the deal had hurt feelings. So now the deal has feelings.
Yeah, the deal has feelings. And did you see that he gave a shout out to the New England Patriots during his speech? And he's like, they have a sign in their locker room that's like, we all have a job, or everyone has a job to do, something like that, or just do your job. You know what I'm saying? And he was like reiterating that, like, look, everyone here at the State Department, we all have a job to do. Everyone do their job, but we have to be honest. We have to be respectful. We have to be, in good communication with one another. I want to shake everyone here's hand, in the next coming days. I thought it was really powerful. I mean, and when I was watching it, Rex Tillerson speaking before the State Department that he's the new head of, just confirmed this week. I was like, man, if that was Mitt Romney up there, I don't think I would feel so good about it.
No, I would not either.
If it was Rudy Giuliani or I don't know, this guy, I don't know what it is that inspires confidence. I mean, I know the basics of he was this incredible head of Exxon, and he deals with a lot of world leaders, and Trump talks about him with high praise. But I mean, Trump says everyone is tremendous and amazing. So I mean, of course he's going to say that. I mean, why wouldn't he?
Well,
there's a picture of Tillerson sitting with Vladimir Putin, and I know that was a concern for a lot of people.
I had covered that Tillerson, when he toured the State Department at the Truman Building, found out that there was a mass number of people that were quitting because they protested him being the new State Department head. And then other people said this was more like a soft firing from Trump is what it was. Well, as it turns out...
Wait. Who was soft fired?
All of the people that were there from Kerry. there was a mass walkout when he was being shown around before he was confirmed on Truman, because at the Truman Building at the State Department. And most of the U.S. State Department staff walked out the door in protest. My editor said that he thought it was a soft firing. I think it was a protest, and we both agree that it's probably a lot of people in the State Department trying to cover their own tail because they know there's a lot of shady things that have gone on in there since Obama and Hillary have gone through there. And and Kerry, of course, they probably want to get out of them before they're prosecuted. You know, the hard drive to the paper shredder, if you will. But I said I thought it was a good thing. It freed up the State Department, and the swamp drained itself.
So there was a little bit of self-draining of the swamp just with the new administration?
Works for me.
Is that a good way to say it? You can quote me.
It was like a sinkhole.
You could quote Sam. You could quote me paraphrasing you.
Beautiful.
It's my words. No, it's your words. Those are your words. I'm just using your words. I don't know. You gotta go watch that Sean Spicer the SNL skit that I was bringing up earlier.
Is that what you're referring to?
Yeah. You haven't seen it yet, so you're not getting the inside joke there.
Oh, you showed me him attack. Yeah. Taylor said talks like a robot. I wish he had used Katrina. Katrina was a better speaker.
Sam, it looks like Anne-Marie stepped away for a minute. I'm sure she'll be back soon. Do you want to get into some science real quick? Go ahead.
Yeah, yes, I do.
Do you have science news this week? It's in the headlines. I put science in. I thought you'd have a good one. What do you got?
Oh, yes. Let me find my science. Here we go. Another one. This is
okay. Let me pump it up. Wait. Let's just go. Hold on. Google science. It's Sam Science. It's the science. It's time for science. It's Sam Science. Whoop whoop.
What an intro. There's some blasting news, another little place that I write at. Let me mute this tab out because I think it's going to start.
If you're stranded on a desert island,
this planet could support life. Blasting news, scientists have discovered a planet outside our solar system that could support life. It has the basic conditions. They were found in one of the closest solar systems, just 14 light years away. A new study indicates that a planet, which is orbiting around a star called Wolf 1061, potential for sustaining life, according to the Journal of Science Alert. I'm going to go ahead and run this up to screen share real quick because we've seen a couple of these, but this is one of the newer ones. And as soon as I saw it in blasting, I was just thrilled.
Blasting news.
Opportunities to find life. Stephen Kahn, a scientist from San Francisco State University, who led his research team to the solar system Wolf 1061, is important because it is very close to our solar system. And this brings opportunities for future studies to find out if there is life there. Interesting discoveries. There are 3 planets orbiting around Wolf 1061, and scientists are particularly interested in the Wolf Planet 1061c. The planet was discovered in 2015 and is estimated mass 4 times larger than Earth. So you'd be pretty heavy on it. It is located in the middle of the habit of the star orbits, the region where the distance of the planet creates conditions, also called the Goldilocks zone, because not too hot, not too cold. To find out if the planet, I'm just going to call it Wolf, has the conditions needed to support life, the scientists have been analyzing the information about the brightness of the star for 7 years, and they have calculated the orbit of the planet to find out what pressure and temperature the planet has. The results revealed that there are chances, that the planet is habitable, but this doesn't mean that the conditions are the same. According to the information obtained, the conditions seem to be similar to that of Venus. Now, it's important to note that Venus is incredibly hot. So the only life we suspect on Venus is going to be bacterial life, quite possibly in the atmosphere or in into the ground. According to the information obtained at Venus, where liquid water was evaporating because of the heat, the water vapors have further contributed to the increased temperature and the greenhouse effect. The team believes this can also happen on the planet of Wolf, which is close enough to the star to cause these conditions. The orbit of the planet is more elliptical than Earth, may indicate an unstable climate with sudden and significant variations. That would also be a condition to where bacterial life would flourish. It probably couldn't ever become more than that.
Did you
But-
write that article?
No, I didn't write that one. I just found I write for Blasting News, but I didn't write that one.
Oh,
But
yeah, that's where I'm at. I was you said Blasting News, and I went there, and I'm like, what is this? You write for Blasting News, Sam?
yes, but my main job is the Conservative Daily Post.
Oh, Conservative Daily Post. Yeah, that's a good one. Yeah, I read your article this past week on there. That's good stuff.
I post about 4 or 5 a day. It's my main job.
Is that right?
Yes, I'm actually a journalist. Took me 5.5 years to even get noticed if I finally did.
You know, that's great, Sam, but I think you're better on radio. You're like
That's
you're like my personal Rush Limbaugh, or like you're my Howard Stern.
I would like to do that more. I will say this. I have applied for a number of grants, and I don't know whether or not
Dude,
they're going to come in, but I have applied to them for the show, in which case the show would become my main job if that was happening.
that's awesome. Did you see that Howard Stern was kind of like talking some shit about Donald Trump?
Oh,
Saying
yeah.
that, he didn't really want to be the
Yeah,
president. And it's going to take a big toll on his health and stuff. And like, he didn't really want to do it. Oh, yeah, he only invested all kinds of money and time and energy into it because he didn't want to do it. And now he's only working at a breakneck pace because why? Because it's not something that he really wanted to do. I mean, everyone loves Howard Stern. There's no denying that he's a fucking icon of radio.
I never liked Howard Stern.
If he's, you never liked him? Okay, well then that's good, Sam. I mean, I'm trying to defend him. You know, I like him a lot. I mean,
Do you really?
I mean, I grew up on it in my adult life, and I always really liked him. I thought he was funny and a good interviewer and a great on radio voice personality type thing. I mean, yeah. But I mean, about this with the Trump, but let me clarify. He's just kind of saying.
Barbara Hale. Hale is best known for her.
Got it.
I got something playing in my ear. Sorry, but Trump is basically, Howard Stern was basically like giving his opinions, and then the news media picks it up like it's Dr. Howard Stern giving his psychiatric evaluation. Sam, that's the angle I was coming at it from. It's like, Howard Stern said, and then God sent down a message about Donald Trump, and like, let's cover it that way.
Yeah.
And doesn't the mainstream media fucking drive you fucking nuts sometimes with their stupid fucking perspective on shit? And Anne-Marie said she had to log out and go cook dinner. Good show. She had fun. Happy Super Bowl Sunday. I don't know if she's going to meet up with you at the Tilt or whatever you call it.
I should have wondered, like, if her that like
You
the
should
way
have brought it up yesterday. Like,
I should have given her a lot more time, but I mean, it's an awesome little place. Have you ever seen the type in Tilted Kilt? Like the waitresses are all in these little Scottish like dresses and stuff. It's fun. Type in Tilted Kilt. Meanwhile, as you type in Tilted Kilt, the last original Perry Mason star, Barbara Hale, dies. Actress made her Della Street character a household name for generations. This is also from last.
Sam, are you trying to say you're doing an obituary column right now?
I'm doing our obituary. Why you look up the why I am doing it in this order, because the Tilted Kilt is going to be some of the best scenery you've ever seen, and it's going to be something that will cheer you up after the.
It's in Columbus.
No, it's in Tilted Kilt, Canton, Ohio. It's a restaurant. She's died at the age of 94. She'd won Emmys. News of her death was on Thursday. This is dated the 28th of January. At her Sherman Oaks home, was posted on her Facebook by her son and actor William Katt. Hale played opposite Raymond Burr on the iconic courtroom drama Perry Mason for 9 seasons in the 1950s and 60s. She was also the last living co-star from the show prior to landing her signature Della Street role. Hale made over 50 films as a contract player with Columbia and RKO Pictures. Says more than his girl Friday. She'd been contemplating retirement to raise children when she was approached to star opposite her old friend at the RKO, that would be Raymond Burr, in a new series based on Earl Stanley Garner mystery books about a fictional defense attorney. We all know him. She accepted the gig without hesitation, liking the fact that her character was single and without children, which might have confused her real-life kids. She garnered 2 Emmy nods in '59. Her character often seemed more like a personal assistant rather than a 9-to-5 secretary. And of course, she accompanied him on his adventures. And she was
On Perry Mason.
She was the legend of Perry Mason. So, okay, guys, yep, there you go. She was also in the 1985 kickoff, A String Perry Mason Returns.
Cool.
With us, rest in peace, Barbara Hale.
May she rest in peace, Barbara Hale. Sam, I mean, you tell me to go look up Tilted Kilt Pub and Eatery, and then like I can barely listen to your obituary column. And I mean, as sad as it is, but I mean, look at this fucking food and this chick, this hot server girl.
This what we go there every year.
Yeah, we do.
Now, do you want to know what the most fun thing in the whole world is? That my wife and I will sit there and we will try to figure out who the other one will think is the prettiest. Like we don't get like jealous when we go to places like this. We're like, oh, I bet you like him. Oh, I bet you like her. Or in her case, I bet you like her, and she says, yeah, I do like her.
Yeah, you guys are always scouting for some kind of three-way or something.
Well, you know, we certainly wouldn't say.
Okay,
that.
All right, let's play, Sam.
Milking such
I got 6 chicks here and the dude in the middle. I mean,
oh my God, I'm either the little blonde or the one on the far right, but probably the little blonde.
You said little blonde. This one?
Look how little she is. That's hot. I'm like,
oh, you like the petite? I kind of like the one next to her. She's pretty cute. I like that. This chick's kind of like Wonder Woman, bitch. I like the black girl. She's kind of cute. This girl's cute. I don't know. Yeah, okay.
No, see, I sit usually right behind them by that big screen TV.
I'm going right here. So, so you're familiar with this, the establishment that we're looking at?
We go every Super Bowl Sunday for last 4 years, every year.
Yeah, I choose the guy in the middle. I like that guy. He's got a beard like me and some glasses, black shirt. He's got his nice jeans. Who needs all these like cute little mini skirts?
I would definitely tilt the
socks. I love when girls wear their like bobby socks or whatever you call those.
Yes, and look at their legs.
But I mean, we're going there for the food. Oh, got some fish and chips.
No, that's what's amazing. The food is just stunning. It's like,
oh no, here we go. Boom. This is what I'm talking about. Yeah. Me and you, Sam. I'll take this chick. You take her.
I got a tiny one. I'm on board.
Or we could switch.
No,
we could switch.
I'll take the tiny.
This girl is sitting down and she's standing up because she's probably really tall and she's probably really short. So I guess you get that one and I'll take this chick.
Yeah. That's
right. And I'll take this burger and then we'll fight over these girls. Is that the same too? Oh, we're going to have a good time, Sam. I'll have Captain Morgan's and eat some flatbread pizza. And then we'll talk to these girls. Oh, this is a good one.
But I like literally, I'll be sitting. I have sat at that table behind them, but I won't. I'll try to get near the screen.
Might have to go back through my previous picks, but I'm kind of digging this chick right here. All right. Well, that's not what this game is all about. I mean, look, it doesn't matter who brings you your food. Their boobs are out. They got burgers and fries and chicken. All kinds of good stuff. Man, Sam, good call on that place. I'll see you there if I lived in Ohio. I wish I lived in Ohio so I could go to this protest right here, Sam. It looks amazing.
Insane. I can't wait to see Christelle.
I wish I could go to this protest, Sam. It looks like I'll just like meet a ton of people and just really have a good time. And so there was people that you tried to talk to that were walking away with their heads down and shame.
Yeah, let's talk about that for a second. Yeah,
let's talk about it.
And then be like, if you want, you know how to cut videos, right? Cut this into its own video too, with the beginning. What you're seeing here, friends, is not only just the protest in Canton failing, but the lack of the delay paused it there. There's no foot traffic having gone through this. There's not even police looking to see if anybody lingered. And as I was driving around the block, because at first,
who set this up? Some guy in his basement on Facebook?
I saw some people walking with a sign, and I thought, okay, good, I'm in the right direction. And then when I got to the square where I filmed, there's nothing there, and I thought, all right, maybe it moved. So I drove the van around the block to the left. Up when you pan the camera to the left, I drove up there and saw some people walking before I filmed this, and I asked them if I could film them because they said only about 22 people showed up. And he said, "Who are you with?" And I said, "I'm with the Correct Views. We're a pro-Trump site, but we are interested in other opinions."
Oh, well, you shouldn't lead with that, Sam.
No, he goes, I see that. I wasn't thinking. But I was stopped at a red light, so I had to make this quick. And I had Trump bumper stickers on my car, so it was going to happen. And he says, "Oh, I don't want to talk to you then." And I said, "So the other side doesn't wish to be spoken to by the media?" He goes, "Yeah, have a good day. Bye." They got nothing to stand up for.
Yeah, well, he's like, "Oh, I just got onto a Drudge Report and saw that the ban is the judge said that the ban was off and now it's on again, and like I gotta hurry up and get to the Super Bowl party at Tilted Kilt." You see, watch you go to Tilted Kilt tonight, and then you run into that same guy at the bar.
That would be funny. That would be really, really, really funny. It would. All right, D-Like, I'm going to jump off here to get ready to go too.
Then a Donald Trump riot breaks out at the Tilted Kilt bar in Canton, Ohio.
Yeah.
All right, great. Well, awesome, Sam. I hope it's a good Super Bowl and provides us plenty of stuff to talk about this week. And thanks for being on, and thank you to Amory, who was on the show earlier today. Regrettably, Nikki didn't pop in. We would have liked to hear her thoughts and opinions on all the amazing, cool stuff that we talked about today, maybe next week when D-Lake should come back with a camera. Sam, what were you going to say?
Make sure you look us up. You can find us on Media Speaks. You can find us at The Correct Views at hotmail.com if you want to get a hold of me. YouTube.com, The Correct Views. I write for the conservativedailypost.com and from time to time in Blasting News.
Yeah, and what we were looking at earlier, Blasting News, where you can find Sam. And
I have a Super Bowl article up in Blasting News.
Just real quick, the anti-Trump protest fails with almost no one turning out. The Correct Views, which Sam just mentioned, you can find him at youtube.com. Search The Correct Views. And just today he posted this video to show you how amazing that Trump protest was. So everyone, be sure to check that out. Check out D-Lake for Prez everywhere you go. I mean, I'm on Facebook, and I guess I have a Twitter and stuff. I mean, hit me up on there. I don't know how often I check it, but the day after never, and like you could text me and I'll never respond and shit. I'm a very selfish person.
Well, D-Like, I'll let hopefully.
I really only care. No, Sam, I don't even want to hear from you, man. I only care about my fucking self. That's it. Me and me only. I have a narcissistic or something. I have personality disorders all over the place, Sam. Thank you. Thank you.
Where'd you find your kid?
The man with the golden eyeball.